Hello, and welcome back to another stream of the ultimate hardcore shiny Manectric hunt. My name is ElectriCrew here in yet another stream where we'll be continuing our hunt for the Manectric that will not shine. We are in the first game of every single game that has a Manectric in it, trying to hardcore nuzlocke it, then shiny hunt it. We have hardcore nuzlocked Emerald already, at least up until the point where we can get Manectric. We are now trying to shiny hunt it. This is still the first game, and it's been 2 years, but you know. Beware the box ghost. Beware! I love that. I love that guy. He's so funny. Also, let me know if the music is a little too loud, because it's a little loud in my headphones, so I might lower that volume. There we go. I can hear myself a little bit better now. But thank you so much for joining, everyone. I really hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. If you are and you have not yet liked the stream and subscribed to the channel, consider doing so you can catch every single one of these as they come out. Regardless, though, thank you so much for being here tonight. PokeFan, thank you so much for the like goal. Before the stream even started. Can't believe it's been 28 years. Yeah, weird. That Pokemon, first Pokemon game came out in 1996. Hey, wait, what year was I born again? Oh, God. I'm gonna be 28 this year. Alright, we're fine. Existential dread over. Thank you so much for joining. Bunning Man, thank you so much for joining as well. Beware the box ghost, of course. Sky God, thank you so much for being here. 4 minutes early? I can be early sometimes. Let's go. ZA, the most out of left field name I've ever heard. Yeah! For those of you who are not familiar with what happened in the Direct, I would say maybe today's stream is not the best one to hang out in if you want to avoid spoilers, because it's gonna... I'm basically gonna be talking about it the whole time. So if you want to go watch it real quick, go check it out, come back right back. If you don't care about spoilers, we're gonna get started with spoilers in a minute. But just wanted to give the fair warning before we get into major spoilers. But thank you so much for joining tonight, regardless. Crunchyfoot Fungus, welcome to the stream as well. Has everyone seen the Nintendo Direct? Because got about to hit up some big stuff from it. Yeah, for sure. Don't remind me. Yeah. You already have turned to the 28. Because I'm the young and I am the new kid on the block here in this friendship. 99% of the presents, meh, 1% Legends 2, yeah, for sure. I mean, by the way, spoilers, going forward, spoilers. It's biggest fan I've ever seen of that series, you gotta be hyped. Oh, yeah, for sure. I am super duper excited for it. I gotta say, when I saw it, I, got a little bit teary-eyed. I was, so excited. I really hope that it captures the same sort of, essence as the original Legends game, while also maybe doing some improvements. I would love to see the graphics a little bit closer to a Pokemon Let's Go. I would love to be able to maybe have a couple of extra quality of life improvements in terms of being able to level up Pokemon a little bit easier and get money a little bit easier. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just super duper excited for it. I'm surprised they ended up going with Kalos. But I'm down for it. I'm in. Guess who got rejected? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sky God. I'm so sorry. It sucks. I know I've handled my fair share of rejection, and it's a gut punch. But just know that, hey, if they rejected you, it means that you two were not in the same place at the same time to be ready for a relationship, so it wasn't meant to be at this time. It may be meant to be in the future. It may be that you end up developing feelings for someone else, and that ends up working better. All you need to know is there's no doubt that right now it's not meant to be. So there's no real use to looking to all the what ifs and stuff like that. You just gotta realize that you're gonna be able to find that person for you. You just gotta keep on being yourself, putting yourself out there, and trying to enjoy people as friends. Haven't seen it, probably watch it after you're done stream. Alright, sounds good, Sky God. Personally, I hyped. My theory is that it's going to be in the future. Interesting. I did have a similar thought when I saw that whole thing. It did look like it was kind of like futuristic almost, but I think the intended artwork was like a blueprint, but could be like a little bit of a hint that maybe at some point we go into the future or something like that. Like we time travel more. That could be real cool. Finally we get Pokemon Z. It's been 3,000 years. Yeah, although you had to add an A to there, so... It's not just Pokemon Z, it's Pokemon Za. Ectric being a poet. I don't know about that, but I hope that I can, at least provide a little bit of, perspective. And, give you a little bit of help to feel a little bit better. Just wanted any new Legends game. That's my favorite Pokemon game on the Switch. I tend to revisit it. Yeah, same here. Same here. I'm super excited. Last 2 messages about Za. The opinion on ZA. Oh, yeah. I made up to those. Poketron. It did look like Tron. Oh my goodness. Thank you. So I'm so glad someone else noticed it. I was like, is this freaking Pokemon Tron? We did get confirmation that it's in the past. The future was just blueprint design teaser. Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling that was the case, but it would really be cool if we, got some section where we went into the future. Get a Legends Unova or whatever, I'm 100% certain it's going to be in the past and see the original dragon. Yeah, I would love that one day. Honestly, I think that they should start making Legends for all of the gens. Archskate, welcome to the stream! Minor demons are telling me to give up beginner record, but I'm also lazy. I literally just put it in there to snag, to get a name on the board. I had a feeling that the second someone put a time up there, there'd be 2 or 3 people that would start trying to go for it. So, go for it. Snag that record. You deserve it a lot better, more than me. You're much better at that than I am. But, hey, for now, I am technically world record holder in that I'm the person who decided to do it. Zed, welcome to the stream! Congrats on 4K. Thank you so much! So kind of you to say. Really, really appreciate you coming in, man. How are you doing? I am doing wonderfully. Super duper excited about the new Legends game. Spoilers, by the way, for anyone who just hopped in recently. We are doing spoilers for the Direct. But, yeah, I'm super duper excited. Also, Megas are effing back. Let's go. Yeah, honestly, as exciting as that is, I'm, also a little bit torn because I wasn't a huge, Megas are cool. I don't want to have to think about all of the strategies that pertain to them. I'm the kind of person who never terrestrializes because it's too much to think about, and I worry that I'm going to waste it. Too busy plotting Inuad Nomad's downfall to run beginner give up when all golf tour exists. Fair. Yeah, there's some runs that I'm actually looking to make some inroads on. I'm looking to try out getting a better time in Lose All Sports Plus. I feel like that one I could be really I could make a run at, because I'm pretty good at the give up percent in golf, and that's a huge part of the run. Lucian, welcome to the stream. But yeah, so I think that that's one of the plans, is to start working on Lose All Sports and Lose All Sports Plus for me. I also want to go back to Wii Sports Resort and try and at least put myself in better running for some of those bingo runs, because I haven't done them in a month, and I'm now in 4th place for a couple of them. I just hit 50 subs yesterday. Congratulations, Sky God. Let's go. You had 4K? Yeah, I did. On Valentine's Day, no less. So it was a good day. Got to eat some take-out Indian food with my wife. We played some video games, and then I hit 4K. It was all good. There's so many games I'm looking forward to now. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for that one. I don't really have any others that I'm super duper excited about, but I'm sure as they get closer, I'll probably get more excited about some other ones. Benson got triple bingo, world record 448. Yeah, I saw that. I got the notification because he beat my top 3 score. I got expert mode, 9-hole record by frame yesterday. Congratulations. Dope. Chill in terms of actually getting good times. Yeah, I I had a couple of decent runs that put me a little bit higher in contention, but I haven't had any like world record runs lately. Although I did almost perfect the bingo record in Wii Sports, so that's my baby. The Pokemon games I have that aren't spin-offs since Legends and Violet, so I'm excited to Mega. You think there'll be new ones? Oh, absolutely. There's no way they don't add extra Megas. I think they will probably be Megas of, like, the old Kalos forms or something like that, like ancient Kalos forms, but I think there will be Megas for sure. It also could be that they make every Pokemon Mega-able. Like, it used to be much more prevalent, and then it got lost to time or something. That could be cool. New South Park game next month. Hopefully that lasts me until... Oh, Thousand Year Door remake. I forgot about that. Which hopefully lasts me until ZA. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna start calling it ZA. I know it. Takes place in Kalos. It's called Pokemon Legends ZA. Yes. Absolutely. My take on Mega is I love the concept and don't mind it. It's just in just regular gameplay, but I can't stand the toxic fandom who trashes the other gimmicks and treats Megas on a pedestal like they're perfect. Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I think it's a cool gimmick. The Pokemon look really cool. I don't have any like nostalgia attached to them because I never played Kalos games when they came out. And I think that it's a great idea. But the other gimmicks are also fun, and I don't like that everyone's like, oh, this is not as good as Megas. I'm here, love the new preview. Thank you so much. Welcome to the stream, Luigi Dragon. A new preview. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about the direct, maybe? Give me a moment to research. Ooh, yeah. Check it out. Mega 100% Zygarde. Oh, that could be cool. Might I suggest the 4-player golf categories? Oh, yeah, actually, I did see those. I meant to give one a shot. I think that could be fun. It looks like it'd be fun. That's like almost testing your like consistency rather than your overall skill, which I feel like I could be fairly consistent. I'm usually not like super duper wild in my fluctuations. I'm usually just pretty mediocre all around. Hope we get Megas of the new starter trio, whatever those will be. Oh yeah, that could be cool. Dazzling, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. You can immediately rule out Oshawott, Cyndaquil, and Rowlet in the Gen 9 starters because too recent. Yeah, I would agree. I would... If we could... I mean, they already have Mega Blaziken, so maybe they wouldn't do that, but like, I would love Torchic to be a available starter again. I miss my boy! I miss my boy Help! Highly doubt they use the Kalos starters. Yeah, probably. Keep the trend of using other gen starters. Oh, you meant the new Direct. Gotcha. Yeah, it looks great. I'm super excited. And it was held together pretty much solely by the new Legends game announcement for me. I thought the new like digital Pokemon trading card thing was pretty cool, although I don't really foresee myself using it that much, if at all. But, you know, I think that the Legends game is super duper exciting. And hey, you can now find legendaries in your sleep, so that's the important bit. That's the true headline news of the Pokemon Direct. Just being goofy with that idea, but it would be cool. Oh yeah, for sure. Cyndaquil, my beloved, will never let you go. Cyndaquil is pretty cool. Lava's still my favorite Pokemon overall. Sorry, Cyndaquil. Hey, same family. Want my useless leafy boy to get some love. I would also love it if the only thing is I wouldn't want like two of like my really favorite starters to be in at the same time, because then I'd have like an existential crisis on who to choose. Anyone know what TGC stands for? Trading card game? Remember in my 4-player 9 holes PB, I missed the bunker driver chip setup on 4 the same way all 4 me's. Hey, that's consistency. All of them landed in the same position I was about to miss. Oh god, that's gotta be such, like, I know you must have like a recording of it. That's gotta be a great clip though. Honestly, at that point my content brain kicks in and I'm just like, okay, this sucks, but like, Man, is it going to be a good short. Still waiting for old Pokemon on the NSO plus EP. Which old Pokemon? Oh, TGC. I think it's TCG. I don't know. I already have that with Rowlet and Oshawott. I don't want to personally experience that again. Seriously, I know. Like, if they had both Chikorita and Torchic, I'd be heartbroken to choose Torchic over Chikorita, but I'd have to. Or, like, you know, Piplup and one of those two. Like, those are some of my favorite starters. I would hate not being able to do. It's TCG, not TGC. Then, yeah, I have no idea what TGC is. Open for Snivy to be the grass starter. Give it some love. I'd be okay with that. Although, yeah, I guess Unova, it's been a while. Although I still feel like they're probably going to do Gen 5 remakes somewhat soon. So I don't know if they would do a Gen 5 starter and then the next game have Gen 5 starter again or something like that. But who knows? When Cyndaquil is announced for Legends as a starter, I swear I almost crap my britches over excitement. That's awesome. Yeah, I was very excited to see Rowlet, so. Pokemon on Game Boy and Game Boy Advance come on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion packs. Oh, like the old games. Got it. Yeah, I would love to see that. That would be awesome. Finally a legitimate way to play some of these games again. Righty. My ideal setup would be Grookey, Litten, Mudkip, Snivy, Scorbunny, Popplio, or Chikorita, Torchic, and Sobble. Oh god, Sobble. That last one would be heartbreaking for me because I love all of them. I would be totally fine with Grookey, Litten, Mudkip, because then I'd finally have an excuse to pick Mudkip as my favorite. Snivy, Scorbunny, and Popplio. I'd probably go Popplio. Although I do like Snivy a lot. And I like Scorbunny too. Honestly, I'd be okay with any of those. Those would be good. But that last one would break my heart because those are my favorites from each of their respective gens. And God, it'd be like choosing my favorite child. I just want useless Sleepy Boy. I would love Chikorita. Open for Gen 5 remakes coming soon. Need to find out if Ingo ever got home. Honestly, that'd be so cool to say. Love this jazz? Yeah, I love listening to jazz Nintendo covers. It's just so good. It's such a vibe. I'm a huge jazz fan, and I'm a huge video game music fan, so the combination's just perfect. I should have... That was weird. I'm so sorry. That was so weird. I meant to go, but I forgot to move my hand. Please don't clip that. That was so weird. I hate that. Oh, I hate that that's on the internet now. I'm terrified. Mortified. No. Why did I do that? Oh god. Moving on. Not thinking about that. Just gonna forget that exists. Oh god. Praying Chikorita's a starter. Yeah, that'd be great. I think Legends ZA will have the starters getting new forms. Yeah, probably. I would guess so. Coolest Torchic and Sobble or Chikorita would be the easiest pick of my life there. Fair enough. Torchic would be my pick. Clicked. Oh, god damn it. I shouldn't have said anything. Should have just let it pass. Oh, whatever. I don't care. Stop trying to kiss the viewers. I'm sorry. Biggest thing about choosing a starter now that eats me alive, I not just potentially have to choose multiple faves, but now dealing with the fact that they can get regionals. Yeah. That's cheating. You have a wife. They just had to bring in Gen 5 remakes, then they better bring back the PGL and GameSync. What's the PGL? Oh my goodness. Ectric stop on GTE. Never saying that ever again. Oh god. All right, you and me both. We're never doing something again that we just did. Join me. Oh, Global Link. Was that the place with like the? No, that was in Heart Golds and Soul Silver. I was thinking the place, or no, that was in Sinnoh. The place with the like the globe in the building. I don't know. Picking between the Legend Arceus starters was heartbreaking. I'm not ready for whatever this one could bring. Yeah. Honestly, I would be perfectly fine if they brought in like one that I really had no interest in whatsoever, like a Tepig or something like that. Like, just bring in a mid one, just so I have an obvious no. Should have doubled down instead of wouldn't have been clipped. Yeah, probably. It's okay. Legendaries are being edged to sleep, then does that mean a Darkrai can come in along and you know? No, I think it's just the legendary beasts. Like Suicune, Raikou, and Entei. Would have been the Pokemon Global Terminal. Gotcha. Just finished my Venusaur stream. Your Venusaur stream? Or are you trying to hunt for a Venusaur or using only Venusaur? Welcome to the stream, Axon. Glad to have you in. Hope all is well with you. Oh, the 7-star Terror Raid event. That came out today? I thought that came out tomorrow. Huh. Cool. Congratulations. You want to go, you want to plug X-Armor's link? Go check out X-Armor's channel. Just did some streaming. Second favorite Kalos Pokemon is Pangoro. Pangoro's pretty cool. Blastoise Steel next week. Yeah. I saw that they were doing the original 3 as Terror Raids, and I do want to do them. I just was, I thought that the raids started tomorrow. So, thanks so much for plugging the link. Go. Oh, man. I think we have some good conversations in these streams, because, like, man, it is tedious trying to shiny hunt for this thing. Thanks for the support. Pokemon Crystal stream tomorrow. Nice! Are you doing a Nuzlocke of it, or just playing through? So ready for having a little Esper on my team. Malamar as well. Cool. Are those both Gen 5 Pokemon? Oh, no, they're Gen 6. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. I'm like, I don't remember those being Gen 5. Because they're not. No, it's like I tweaked the game now. Ooh, what are the tweaks? I'm curious. Brawl's Bramble Blast. I'm not sure what that is. Bramble Blast. Brawl Bramble Blast. Don't know what I'm saying. What am I doing? Houndour, Murkrow, Misdreavus, Larvitar are encountered earlier before postgame. Oh, cool! So you, like, change the encounter rates? Or the encounter pools? Want to know what Pokemon are going to get regional forms, if any? Yeah, I would love to know that, but at the same time, I don't want to get spoiled on anything, so I'm kind of going to try and avoid as many spoilers as possible. Only thing I'm probably going to pay attention to is, like, the official trailer releases, and I might even skip one or two of those at the end, just to be as blind as possible to it, because I do love me some blind reacts. The official Pokemon and Nintendo website say that the entire game takes place in Lumio City, so better be a big city with lots to do so I don't get bored, and B, how will spawns work. That is truly interesting. The whole game is taking place in Lumio City. It is a sprawling city, so I don't think the space is going to be an issue, but I wonder if we're, like, building the city. Is this like Animal Crossing meets Pokemon? Oh, the music that's playing. Gotcha. I didn't know the name of the song, my bad. Colossian Meganium. That'd be so cool. So dope. I also use the save editor to erase all stat experience gained upon a new stream. Oh, fascinating. So you have to like make as much progress in the stream as possible before like all your stats get reset. That's fun. Rebuilding the city, then we'll maybe be exploring land that later becomes the city. That's what I'm thinking. Like it's a huge sprawling expanse that's like got like a tiny little village on it, and then you like build it out as time goes on until it becomes like this sprawling like civilization. But it'll still be interesting to see what like post game is like if like, you know, that's the case, because then what happens once you've like expanded the city as much as possible? What are we thinking about? We're thinking about what's gonna happen in the new Legends game, considering apparently Nintendo website has confirmed the entire game takes place in Lumio City. Oh boy. Do we think we'll see Volo again in the new Legends game? I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, it'd be cool if they brought something like that. Or maybe we, like, it'd be really funny if, like, one random character, like, the guy who serves you mochi, not mochi, oh no, was it mochi? The potato, the guy who sold, like, the potatoes that was racist, in the original Legends game. Like, it'd be really funny if he just was randomly in every single Legends game and was like just completely different person. It was never acknowledged that it's the same guy, but every single time there's just a random ninja that faces you at some point. Imagine just getting to the city and upon getting to catch Pokemon, seeing an alpha. It'd be dope. It'd be dope. Experience your path so everyone gains full experience through all Pokemon have slow experience growth. Gotcha. That's cool. Is Lumio City the city that Zekrom stole all the light in? No. This is Gen 6. That's the one with the Eiffel Tower in it. Probably only going to be one character we actually know in ZA, and it'll be Az. Yeah, probably. Got Zekrom's a little... Zekrom's in Unova, I thought. I don't know. That would be awesome. I would love that. Gym leaders are tweaked a bit too? A bit? Oh god. It is potato mochi? Okay. Fascinating. So, they brought Mochi back from Legends Arc. Maybe it's the same Mochi. Maybe he's the one that, maybe he turned into Petron. New theory confirmed. It's just a theory. Pokemon theory. Yes. The guy who serves you potato mochi eventually gets so disillusioned with the fact that foreigners are invading his town that he becomes a restless Pokemon that tries to mind control everyone to believe what he believes. And he makes them dance because they all look like fools to him anyway. Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem Gen 5, Solgaleo, Lunala, and Crozma Gen 7. Yeah. What I thought. Professor Elm also gives the lucky egg instead of the Everstone. Oh, that's useful. Unless you mean Necrozma because it stole all the light from Alola or something like that. I mean, maybe Zygarde was the... What Crunchy meant? The guy who serves potato mochi is in every Legends, either in the background or a main conflict, but it's like Ingo, he never has the memory. That could be dope. That could be dope. Especially because he's... What if he's, like, always the one that's, like, most suspicious of the person time traveling, but he also time travels, but he doesn't remember he time travels? Or you did mean Necrozma. Got it. Most people say it's called Legends ZA, but I don't think that's an A next to the Z. What do you think it is? Didn't they, like, say in the thing itself that was called Pokemon ZA? Like, in the narration? Or no, they didn't, because they didn't say anything after the narration. Never mind. So you gotta remember Pokemon, everything about them. But how he mix up Pokemon entirely. It happens. They both have a Z in them. It is an A next to the Z. All Pokemon Company material says ZA. Looks like a delta symbol. I mean, it could be alluding to delta while still being an A. I like that idea because it, like, you know, things are changing in the town. I like that. At the house, you receive the Pokedex when you return. Give Mr. Pokemon the red scale instead of the experience here. Hands over the GS ball. Cool. The A is the laser beam, the main back aspect. That's actually pretty cool. I wonder if we're going to get to experience the Pokemon War. I feel like that probably not. Because, like, if it's all in Lumio City, I don't feel like we're going to be able to go over to Geosenge and, like, interact with all of the with the weapon and stuff like that. What if each game has the people you work for be the past version of evil teams? Do this, the constructing company is past version of Team Flare, and your boss is an ancestor of Lysander. Yeah! I feel like they could definitely do that. Just to get Celebi in Alex Forest. Gotcha. Delta symbol has closed bottom, the A, and ZA doesn't. Sounds like we're talking about pizza. Getting a nice slice of ZA. It's ZA because it's AZ backwards and he was such a big part of X and Y. Yeah, also, it's the next two letters after X and Y. So I think it's a double entendre, which is perfect considering it's Kalos, and that's based on France. And they are how you say French. Oh god, I never thought about this, but Lysander probably has a French accent. I think that everything else is a how you say ugly. I am the only one that is beautiful. Everyone should look like me and have orange hair. I shall blow up the world and how you say cleanse it. Did we have to deal with something like that in the past game? Oh, like the Delta episode in Boras? I never did that. I feel like I just I barely finished Alpha Sapphire once and then immediately put it down and never picked it up again. And actually, did I ever beat it? I mean, I know the story, so because I played the original Gen 3, but I don't know if I ever beat it. It's probably sad, but what if the story is Pokemon went rogue and started destroying buildings, causing havoc, and the protagonist has to deal with it? Gonna have the Eternal Flower Floette. It depends on when they place this. Because, like, if it's, like, during the Pokemon War, then yeah, definitely. If it's, like, a different time period, then probably not. Just want to know what the dash in the title is about, because on the Pokemon site, it doesn't use the dash, just ZA. Yeah, I'm not sure. At first I thought it was going to be called Z-. But then they added the A, and I was like, oh, ZA. I wonder if the dash just means it's called Z2A. Or something like that. Z to A, like going backwards through the alphabet. Nobody knew where Eternal Flower Floette was for 3,000 years. I mean, yeah, but it could be like if it happens during the Pokemon War, then Eternal Flower Floette would be around as part of Az's team, right? But Darcius was just 300 years in the past. I doubt we're going back 3,000 or more years. Probably not, but it'd be cool. I don't know. It's fun to speculate, though. Even then, the Eternal Flower Floette was dead until Az used the weapon. It was dead? I'm so confused. What? At some point, it was alive and had it in his, like, as his partner, right? I thought that was the case. I think we were going into the future, but I was A theory debunked. I mean, never say never, but it died during the war. Yeah, so I'm saying if this story takes place during the war, then presumably at some point we would see the Floette and then possibly see it die. I don't know Kalos lore, so everything is going in one ear and out the other. Fair. I don't really know it much either. The Az part is like the only thing I vaguely know. Wasn't on Az's team either. It left Az to go fight. I mean, regardless, I think it will be alive during that time if this story is taking place during the war. Otherwise, completely agree, it's not going to be in there. Got returned to him dead. Sorry, I broke your Pokemon. You can probably get a refund, though. We got some KK Slider in here. Let's go. In the Alola games, there was a mysterious brown statue you can find. The description says an ancient guardian who protected Kalos. So some people think it's a new rock fairy Tapu, like how Enamorus was added. Interesting. But that's related to Alola though, right? Not Kalos? I'm confused. Oh, it says that in Alolan games, it says a guardian who protected Kalos. Okay. Interesting. Her coach had broke the field. The weapon was originally built to revive Floette, but Az had taken the life of a bunch of Pokemon to revive it, and Floette hated that. Left him for 3,000 years. Gotcha. Hence the it's been 3,000 years part. I knew the 3,000 years part, I just was like a little vague on like the timeline of like what happened around those two. I just knew that Floette left him, and then 3,000 years later, the story of X and Y happened, and he was reunited. And the machine into a weapon to end the war. Okay, gotcha. Az brought Floette after the war, but she was not pleased with his way, so he left him. Right. So I call myself the guy who wants to know a Pokemon and its type. TM, I need to shorten it, but I don't know Tapu Bulu's type. Isn't Tapu Bulu fairy fighting? Solo just finished typing as I heard that being read. No worries. It is fairy grass. Okay. I don't know like anything about the Gen 7 post game. Never did it. It's hard to think about anything else other than this song now. And fairy grass this entire time. Okay, cool. Never did see where Az went after the main story of X and Y. That's true. He might have gone to Denny's. We never know. What if this will eventually spawn a thing? Probably not, right? Yeah, probably not. There we go. Also, let me know if like you can't hear me at all at some point. Music sounds a bit loud again. Came back from Pokemon Direct and it was fire. Oh yeah, it's so good. We've been theorizing on the new Legends story. Neat art of Az and Volo at Denny's now. And Volo. Or do you mean Floette? Because either way, I feel like it'd be great. Video hi, welcome to the stream. I actually have been thinking about this for a while. I feel like I've mentioned it on stream before, but I want to start making some like virtual art to use some of the skills I've gained from like making logos and stuff like that. But I want to start making my own like art of like some of my favorite like characters with like Pokemon that I think they would really like, or that would be like their Pokemon, and I had some ideas of like also like funny interactions with Pokemon and like animated characters, but I really want to like start expanding that. So I feel like the Az and Floette at Denny's would be a really funny one to draw. Have a date with Pistol now, if you would excuse me. How could I not know? Jeez. I'm diehard sitting 7 guy, so I know an unhealthy amount about the regions, mons, and the anime seasons, manga chapters. Fair. I know a lot more about Gen 3. Although I never really got, like, I've never been a really one to, like, deep dive into it. Like, even on the best gens, I don't know the like, crazy in-depth things. I still get things wrong all the time on them. So, I've never been, like, a deep dive person for Pokemon. I just really enjoy them. We did get to see the Floette's flower in Sutopolis in Oras. We did? Oh, I don't remember that. Volo, because we also don't know where he went. He could also be at Denny's. I like that. Just all of the people who we never see where they go after, we just send them all to Denny's. Celebrating Legends 2, and then I saw it releasing 2025, and I've never been so sad. I mean, to be fair, that's... I think that means, like, January of 2025, because the Legends Arceus came out at the end of January 2022. So, I feel like it's probably a January release. So, I don't think you're going to have to wait super long into 2025, but it is a little... I was a little, like, oh... I was hoping, like, November 2024, but at the same time, no, do not do that. If Game Freak is listening, do not push up your timeline. Please make it as polished and beautiful a game as possible. I will wait as long as it takes. Read last comment? I think I got to that eventually. Sorry, Dazzling. It's good that it's releasing in 2025 because they need to slow their roll and learn from their mistakes. That was Scarlet Violet. And it's glitchy base game. Yeah, same. I'm the same way. I agree completely. I know bits and pieces of the lore, but not all of it. Oh yeah, same. I probably know less bits and smaller pieces, but same difference. In the Flower Garden by the Big Tree. Some good tunes. All I remember from the manga is May being absolutely insane at the start of the Ruby Sapphire manga. I love May. May is awesome. Yeah, I would rather them make me wait an extra year and make the game look gorgeous and, like, just work rather than get the game early and have it forever be a glitchy mess. Because as much as I like I really enjoy Scarlet and Violet, and I like love the story in it and stuff like that, it is painful sometimes to see all of the glitches and stuff. I don't think that's the exact same flowers as Floette had. It's likely the same type of flower because we know Az was the one who planted the tree. Oh, fascinating. Saw the announcement, I thought it was done and polished. I was celebrating and saw release in 2025. I was so disappointed. It's alright. We'll get there. Pokemon would be one of my special interests. My experience just soaks Pokemon up like a sponge. Fair. I do have some of those, like, tendencies to, like, hyper focus in on things and stuff like that, but usually it's like with some sort of, like, project of, like, completing an achievement or something like that, rather than, like, learning about a specific topic. Like, I got really hyper focused on speedrunning a few months ago and started, like, posting a ton. I made a second channel for posting clips of it. I started streaming it a lot more often. I made a whole spreadsheet of, like, all of the different speedruns I might want to do at some point, all that kind of stuff. So I usually hyper focus on, like, tasks rather than like lore and stuff like that. But I get the drive regardless. I also, like, created a program to, like, scrape for good seeds in, like, the bingo speedruns and stuff like that. May was basically a cave woman at the start of the Ruby Sapphire manga. Fascinating. In fact, I'm watching this on an Oculus. Oh, cool! I'm gonna sleep, wake me up, and 2 Legends 2 releases. Well, I'll miss you. I'll miss you this year. My brain was always all Pokemon things. Fair. I can name every Pokemon. Dang. I can name a decent number of the Pokemon, but I would definitely forget some. Like, who remembers frickin'... Oh, what's its name? I don't remember. I think Xerneas and Yveltal will get Megas or Special Form. Scrata and Kyo got Primals, and Dialga and Palkia got Origin Forms. I think they'll probably get Special Forms. I don't know that it'll be Megas. I'll go now. Bye-bye. Alright, Crunchy. Have a good night. Thanks so much for joining. Or you may not leave now. Okay. Well, enjoy yourself while you're here. I'm gonna send something in Discord I made for Za. Cool. Norman just straight up dies at one point. What? Dad, no. Why? Why did he kill off every single father in the Pokemon series? Go to sleep till Legends 2 releases, but no matter when. I always wake up at 4. Oof. Gross. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't have that problem. I have the opposite problem of if I try to go to bed, like, if I go to bed early, no matter what, I wake up at, like, 8 o'clock at the earliest. Like, my body doesn't say, oh, you've gotten enough sleep. It's been 8 hours since you went to bed. You're fine now. And you went to bed at 10, so that means you're up at 6 in the morning. No, my body's like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. Time to wake up. You slept for 10 hours today? Oh, that's weird. That's longer than usual. Now you're going to feel crappy all day. I always wanted to do Pokemon trivia, but all the videos on YouTube are like, what does electricity plus mount is? And I hate it. Yeah, it's tough because a lot of the time, like, those things are based on, like it's either extremely, extremely obscure stuff that, like, no one should know without looking it up, or it's like, you know, what's the first Pokemon, or what's Ash's starter Pokemon? It's just like, dude, can I get something that's, like, catered towards people who know Pokemon but are not, like, insanely, like, over knowledgeable on it, or like someone who's, like, not an encyclopedia of all Pokemon knowledge. Or Ruby is like, haha, screw you, I secretly had Celebi this entire time travel. I love this song. This is the island for New Leaf, right? Oh no! This is from New Horizons. I should play Animal Crossing again. Someone dies and Archie and Maxie burn the body and eat someone. Oh god. Sometimes you go to sleep at 12 and you wake up at 4 no matter what. Oof. Yeah, that's not great. Also, thank you so much for 10 likes, everyone. I really appreciate it. The Argonaut gets decapitated in the red and blue manga. Please, you're not exactly selling me on this frickin' manga. First ever Pokemon creator was Rhydon. Yes, I did know that. My intellectual brain allows me to know the name and type of every Pokemon sometimes. There. Turtonator, that's Dragon Fire. I know that one mostly because of the Pokedoku. It's one of the very, very few Fire Dragon Pokemon. Obscure Pokemon I'm not so good with. Same. How more recent games have been with the Wisps and Arceus and the coins on Scarlet Violet, do we think we'll have to collect every Zygarde cell? Honestly, I'd be down. I am in for those types of inane endurance tests. John, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining. Been a while, super busy with my son's baseball practice 3 nights a week. Trying to go to bed early since I'm going to the gym in the mornings. Well, I appreciate you being able to stop by tonight. Completely understand, you know, life's important, and I hope your son's baseball team is doing well. Super exciting. I loved playing baseball growing up, so super excited for you both that he's getting to experience that as well. And going to the gym in the mornings is important. I'm not a morning person, so I don't go to the gym in the morning. Granted, I also don't go in the nighttime, but that's because I'm out of shape. But I've been starting to walk a little bit more often, and I'm trying to get back into running again. It's just been so tough with like the move and stuff. I just like every single moment that I'm like not like at work or sleeping, I'm either doing something with the house, doing some sort of chore, or streaming. And it makes it difficult to find other times to do things. The more I start playing Pokemon, the more I'm sure I'm going to know the moves and abilities and what they do. For sure. Smoke bomb Ectric. Well, Ectric, you know what they say. Where there's smoke, they pinch back. That's not what they say. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. Silly axe armor. Tricks are for kids. Did you ever use Tubi? No. Is that like the TV but it's online thing? I've never used Tubi. I'm not much of a TV watcher, actually. Funny enough, like I have the shows that I've seen, and I have the movies that I've seen, but I don't like avidly watch either of them. I'm much more like a YouTube video consumer, or podcast, or like audiobooks, and then obviously video game playings. It's a YouTube poop thing. Oh, jeez, yeah, I've not watched YouTube poop. And I think I will leave. I'm sure I'll be back in the stream later. Sounds good, Crunchy. Have a good one. Hope to see you again soon. Nixon manga, Callum is just a complete shut-in and never leaves his room. When he finally does, he never leaves a tent that's carried on right on his back. Hilarious. Tubi is Black People Netflix. Oh yeah, I've not seen that. And needing to go, but it's so easy to make excuses after work. I figured the one time I never have anything going on is 4 or 5 a.m. You know what? Fair. Only excuse is not wanting to wake up. I like it. If it works for you, that more power to you. I wish it would work like that for me. My body is just like I have the greatest intentions as I'm laying in bed thinking about all of the exercise I'm going to do, moving forward, and how well I'm going to eat. And then the second I'm asleep, my body's like, okay, now you want to sleep in, and then you're going to eat like crap because you didn't have time to pack yourself a lunch. So I struggle with that. Dominic Thomas Money, welcome to the stream. Hyped for the new game? Yeah, me too. We've been talking about some of the theories for it. Some of our theories for it, rather. Not the theories. Great work on 4K too. Thank you so much, X Armor. Very, very grateful and humbled that y'all would support me like this, and I just, I hope to continue to entertain all of you. Thinking about finally finishing my Legends Shiny decks in anticipation for Za. That's what I'm working towards. Apparently I got a year to do it. You might be seeing a lot more streams of me shiny hunting in Legends Arceus. I want Grookey, Delphox, and Primarina. Ooh. Wouldn't that be 2 Gen 7 Pokemon, though? Or am I confusing what Gen Delphox is in? I feel like they wouldn't do 2 from 1 gen. They're mixing gens. Oh, no, Delphox is Gen 6. I don't think they would include a Gen 6 Pokemon. Super same struggles here. I always notice that when I work out, I'm a bit more mindful of what I eat. Yeah, I do find that as well. Unfortunately, when I stop exercising, it's a vicious cycle. Like, I stop exercising and then I start, like, I continue eating like I'm exercising, thinking, oh, it's fine. I'm just taking a day off. I can still, you know, eat because I'm hungry because I've started exercising and stuff like that. Looking forward to those streams? Yeah, it should be a fun time. Delphox is Gen 6, Grookey is Gen 8, I believe. Yeah, Grookey's Gen 8 for sure. And Primarina is Gen 7. But I don't think they would add Gen 6 Pokemon if they're like mixing gens. But I would love to see Grookey and Primarina, and then maybe throw in like a what Pignite or whatever it's called. The 5th gen fire starter. There's a massive fire in the Texas Panhandle. Oh, that's not good. I hope that everything's okay and you're safe. Going off Legends of the Air, I'm gonna use a Kalos starter. That's what I was thinking. I want Delphox. Delphox would be cool, but then they would probably be using the Gen 6 starters. Cheat day is so easy to slip into cheat year. I've been on cheat decade. Boy, do I know that feel. And it literally probably has been a decade at this point. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school, and then once I got to college, I didn't have that same, you know, external force pushing me towards exercising consistently, but I kept eating as if I was exercising consistently, and then I gained a ton of weight. And that makes it harder to exercise, which makes it harder to lose the weight. It's rough, but I'm trying to reorganize my thoughts on like food and stuff. I'm trying not to like associate food with like pleasure as much. I don't want it to become like unpleasurable or anything like that. I don't want it to be a chore, but I'm trying to make it so that it's not like something I plan my day around. Like I don't want to be thinking, okay, like at night I don't want to be thinking, okay, I'm gonna have this for lunch tomorrow and this for dinner, and you know I'm gonna plan to do it around this time. Like I would do that kind of thing where I would like plan my day almost around you know, what meals I was having and where I was going to eat, or if I was bringing lunches and stuff like that, or what I was cooking. You know, it's a mindset that I feel like is not doing me well, so I'm trying to work on it. And then hopefully the exercise will come when it's a little bit warmer, I'm a little bit more settled, and I have a little bit more free time. Ears add up? Yeah. I actually have stopped drinking for the most part. Every once in a while, if it's like, you know, social things, I will, you know, have some drinks, but I've talked about this before. I don't, like, I weigh enough that, like, any sort of thing that I drink is not going to get me drunk unless it's, like, a lot of it. And usually I don't drink fast enough to overcome the sleepiness I feel with alcohol. So I end up not really getting, like, the true, like, quote-unquote benefits of, like, feeling drunk. But I still get the headaches afterwards from the dehydration, so I end up... What was that? Love it. But yeah, I don't get the benefits, but I still get the detriments, so I've kind of just told myself, you don't really need to have a beer. You can just have yourself a Snapple and get just as much pleasure out of it. I think my dream starter trio for this game would be Snivy, Mudkip, and Lip. I would be perfectly fine with that. Love them all. I could see myself using each one on different runs. Yeah, they would all be great, but I like that I would have a clear one that I would be, like, leaning towards. I would totally lean towards, like, getting a Mudkip in that situation. I don't want one where it's, like, they're all, like, my favorite from each gen, because then I would have so much trouble picking them. I always have to remind myself not to eat for taste. There's so many times I keep eating when I'm full because it tastes good, and then I hate myself. Yep, I've been trying to do that as well. I also have stopped, like, whenever I go out for lunch, rather than, because I don't have something packed, I try to go to this one, like, cafe near us, that near work, that serves, like, a little bit healthier food. It's like sandwiches rather than, like, you know, burgers or, like, really greasy Chinese food or pizza and stuff like that. It's like, you know, some good sandwiches, and I'll get like an eggplant chicken parm sandwich, which is delicious. but it's like grilled chicken, and it's like lighter breaded eggplant, so it's like a little bit healthier. And it doesn't make me feel like I'm about to explode and need a 15-hour nap after I eat it. Because I definitely do the same thing. I eat until I cannot eat anymore because I want to experience the pleasure of the tasting of the food. Imagine a water dark or dark psychic pre-marina that's an evil siren who uses its singing to lure swimmers and ship crews to death. Oh, that'd be dope. Snapple is greater than beer. Yes. I got myself one right here. We're good. I'm only have to pay attention. Most compelling theory right now is Torchic, Piplup, and Snivy, because the Indigo disc trailer they showed the Hisui starters with the listed Pokemon of their respective type. Oh. I mean, I'd be okay with that. Torchic and Piplup would be rough, but I do like Torchic a lot more than I like Piplup. As much as I like Piplup, and it's my favorite of the three Sinnoh starters, Torchic is significantly above it. So I would be perfectly fine with that. Funny enough, those are three... or actually, are they three? Yeah, all three of those are the ones that I originally chose as my starters in each of their respective gens. But Gen 4 and Gen 5, I wasn't like as overly, like, horrifically attached as I am with, like, a Rowlet or, like, a Sobble or a Torchic. So, having Snivy and Piplup, even though those are also some of my favorites of their respective gen, I'm good with, you know, not picking them. Super excited for baseball to start. Going to opening day with my son. Still need to fully plan my East Coast road trip to hit 6 stadiums from Washington to Boston. Fenway is an awesome, awesome stadium. I've gone a few times since moving to Massachusetts, and I'm so excited for you to be able to experience that because it's a great park. I've also been to Citi Field, which is a lot of fun. Although it's kind of just like it's a generic field. I feel like it's like a perfectly serviceable, nice park. There's not a huge amount of like history to it, but you know, it's a nice park. And then I've gone to Citizens Bank, which was really nice. Ended up tailgating with some of my college buddies before the game, and that was a lot of fun. And the park is also nice. It's got a little bit more of that history, but it's like it doesn't have like a huge defining thing. And then the last field I've been to is Baltimore's, and that one was a lot of fun. I love that park. That park is great. Very, very like accessible from like a fan standpoint. It just like almost feels like a minor league park. And it's just a good time. So those are some good parks you're going to be going to. I hope you have a lot of fun with it. I've never been to Washington's. I've never been to the Yankees, ironically. But other than that, those other ones, I highly recommend any of them. Piplup would be an easy pick for me. Piplup's my favorite of the three by a landslide. Fair enough. Torchic was my very first Pokemon, so I would never be able to pick something over it. But, you know, I do love Piplup. Fenway and Wrigley Field are the last two historical ballparks. Yeah. It's kind of sad because, like, I did go to Shea before they knocked it down. I am sad that they didn't keep it up or, like, renovate it rather than just, like, knocking it down. And even if they did have to knock it down, I don't like that they renamed it to, like, an advertisement. I don't like that everything is, like, you know, a company's name park or, like, you know, some insurance company's stadium. Ectric, either whenever you got the time or after stream, mind checking out that chat up in general? Sure, I'll check it out after stream. For Cannon Yards is awesome. Cannon Yards is wonderful. Second favorite behind Fenway for me. Like Torchic, but I like Mudkip and Trico more. I don't really like any of the Gen 5 starters. Fair enough. I mean, Gen 3 I think is the most stacked gen in terms of starters. I think all three of them are like top tier, like in pretty much any other gen, I feel like Sceptile would be one of my top picks. And Mudkip would, or Swampert would definitely be like a top pick for me in pretty much any other gen, if it wasn't also containing Blaziken. Peplup's your third favorite. Fair. Really want a Dragon Evolution to round out the special effect? I would love that. Want Pikachu to get a split Evo. Interesting. Oh, Gorchu. That could be cool. Fire Electric and evolve with a Fire Stone. Oh, so like a Kalos variant Pikachu that turns into Gorchu, and then it's Fire Electric. That's dope. I like that idea. Alright. Nope. Number 1 is Useless Leafy Boy. My number 2 is Ground Turtle. See, I'm not a huge fan of Torterra. I think it's kind of cool, but I think the fact that it's like typing is not like the best kind of brings it down for me. Everything is named that way now. White Sox used to be Comiskey Park, and now it's guaranteed right field. Yeah, it sucks. Capitalism, man, it gets to everything. Why name it after, you know, a famous player from your team, or like an important part of your team's history, when you could name it after the company that paid you the most money to name their park after them? I love the whole line. I don't know why I just do. Listen, I'm never one to judge about people's favorites. It's just not my cup of tea, personally. Wasn't thinking of Pikachu variant, more just like Pichu to Pikachu, then either to Raichu, Alolan Raichu, here in Lula, or alternatively Gorchu. Good, that could work. Just a silly guy who turns into a silly giant guy with the trait. When you put it that way, I do understand it more. It still doesn't sway me from Piplup in that gen, or like some of the other ones that I like more than him, but you know, still a cool guy. I don't know how I feel about Infernape, though. Like, I acknowledge that it's probably one of the most useful. It's probably the most useful starter of the three, but I'm just like not like I feel like it's just kind of like mid in terms of like design. I don't know. Busch Stadium hasn't changed. I think they just renewed to name the naming rights. Budweiser owns it. Gotcha. I mean, yeah, that one's at least like a little bit historical and like has some like history with the city at least. Like Budweiser is like based out of St. Louis, I think, right? So that one doesn't bother me as much because it's like named after a person at least. I like Infernape most because it was my brother's starter when we played, and he always destroyed my Torterra with Fair. Oh my goodness. I never had that problem. I was the older brother, so I was always the one winning. An idea with the Fire Poison Incineroar. Ooh, cool. Fighting other cats in the city's alleyways. Hairballs are toxic from the trash eats. That's kind of cool. I like that idea. They wanted to name it Budweiser Stadium, but the team owners didn't want it named after a beer, so years after the stadium was named, they made Busch Beer. Petty. I like it. I actually knew type matchups and how to set it up. I could have crushed it with Earthquake, but I was 6 and all I knew was attack equals good. Yeah, I'm sure we all had that phase in our lives when we just said, all right, yeah, I'm just going to use the strongest attacking move on my favorite Pokemon and just destroy everything. And if I get knocked out, I just come back when my Pokemon's stronger and over-leveled. And then I do the same thing. And some of us have never lived grown out of that phase, but everyone does it. Oh, by the way, I was talking with my wife earlier today about doing a sleep lock within the next couple weeks. So no guarantees on a date yet, but we're thinking about. I'm thinking that it's probably going to happen one of these next upcoming weekends. So if you are excited for that, hopefully you'll be able to join in on that. Didn't know how to set up either, but I didn't think of coverage, and he did. Fair. Are you the younger brother, I'm assuming? Or, like, twins, or, like, he was a younger brother, but he just thought about it more? Easily destroy him because he's still in the tech good mindset, but he doesn't play Pokemon anymore, so I'll never know. Fair. Could have been a contender. I'm younger? Yeah, it sounded like it. That sounded like a younger by 5 years. Oh, geez, yeah, that'll do it. He probably was very happy to see you just being, like, having no idea. He probably was like, oh man, this kid doesn't even know that grass is super weak to fire. I'm gonna end this man's career. And then he didn't. He ended his own instead. Bet you if Larry saw the ZA trailer, he'd go, "What the hell is this? They ruined the past." Larry wouldn't care one bit about the Pokemon trailer in general. He would just be wondering why he's being forced to watch this instead of his, over-under on his latest sports bet. Heading to bed. Really glad I was able to stop by and chat again. Congrats on 4K. Keep it up. Thank you so much, John. Have a great night. Get some good rest. Good luck with the gym tomorrow, and I hope that you'll be able to hop in again sometime soon. Regardless, though, truly, truly appreciate all of the support and all of the wonderful baseball conversations. Keeping me honest in terms of my baseball knowledge, because I don't watch the games much anymore. I don't have cable anymore, so it's hard to watch the games, but I try to keep up a little bit, but I am definitely a lapsed baseball fan at this point, pretty much. I will still, watch every once in a while, and I like going to a game and stuff like that, but I don't follow the standings and stuff. Actually, good idea. Larry's stream where he plays Wii Sports because you tricked him into thinking he'd be watching sports, which isn't a lie. We could see if I can fool him. I like that idea. Now he'd think he doesn't know that grass is weak to fire, and I'd think he doesn't know I have a Life Orb and Earthquake and used Baton Pass earlier to be +4 attack. Yeah. I do remember, so I've probably told this before, but, growing up, whenever I, did certain games that I was introduced to by the Punning Man, almost invariably, he was better than me at them. He was very bad about teaching me the actual rules of, any video games or anything like that, where... he'd be like, oh yeah, just hold the controller like this and then go. And then he would just beat me up and I'd lose. And then whenever I figured something out, he'd be like, okay, now I'm going to use this move, which is super overpowered, and I'm not going to tell you how to do it. And I'd just be sitting there pressing random buttons trying to figure out what button did it. And so I always had that association of him being better at fighting games than me, which he is. To be clear, he is. But one of the things I always thought of him as better than me at was Yu-Gi-Oh! Because we would duel all the time, and he was always just better than me. He knew at least a little bit of the theory of how to have a decently built deck. I had a deck that was about 120 cards, and just put every one of my favorite cards in there and hoped for the best each time. So when I finally, like in high school, we had a little bit of a renaissance of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I finally actually like built my decks correctly and like made them try to like match each other. When I finally did that and I was able to like beat him, I was just like, huh. So it wasn't that I was just like inevitably worse than him at everything. It was just that like I didn't use any strategy whatsoever. So I feel like it's a similar feeling of like, oh, I used to think this was just like an inevitable truth of the universe, but it was really just that I didn't know what I was doing, and now I do. Kind of doubled the deck limit there. Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I only did one tournament, and they didn't care. It was like a local tournament, and I think I lost all of the games I played. So, it happens. I perfectly EV trained Torterra. I couldn't fit that in one message. Fair. Me and a friend tried to play the card game, and playing competitive Pokemon treated it like a video game. So by the end, we were just confused and mad. Yeah, I've never played the TCG. I've never played the TCG, so could not tell you any of the rules. We use the main series damage calculations and rules, so immunity in a team of 6. Oh, gotcha. I guess that would confuse you in that it probably doesn't jive with the actual rules. Infernape wouldn't just be dead, it would be skipping to the next level. Yeah, it would get bodied. Bodied. Alright. We never played again. Fair. I think I tried playing once. With, again, the Punning Man. This was when he was like, at almost college at that point, I think. He had just randomly started getting into collecting, or like building decks in the Pokemon the card game, and was like, hey, I just want to like have someone to duel against, or to battle against. Just use one of my decks and I'll teach you like generals and we'll see how it goes. Because he just wanted some like practice with like a real person rather than like playing against himself or like fantasizing about what would happen in each match and stuff like that. So I ended up playing, and I somewhat like learned a little bit of the rules, but I like it never. I definitely didn't retain like any of them, and I don't know how to build a deck in it, so definitely not familiar. Love to make a living national decks of Pokemon cards, so all mines, including regional variants and megas. Oh, that'd be dope. Put it in a binder and look at nothing else. It sounds like an expensive task, though, unfortunately. Remember, my brother would always beat me at Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was until I learned the rules that he just made things up to win. Punning Man did that, too. I've definitely told this story before, but he used to put his deck in order. And use anime rules, where he could just summon things immediately. So he'd immediately summon 3 Blue Eyes Dragons to start. He'd then use those to sacrifice those to summon the Egyptian god cards, and then he would just absolutely demolish me and like win in one turn. And he just kept doing it over and over again in like 1 or 2 turns. And it was like the exact same gameplay every single time. And I eventually was like, alright, I'm gonna cheat as well, and I'm gonna put 1 card in my front hand so that I'm ready for this. I took a black hole, I put it like near the top of my deck. I not so covertly like shuffled it and like made sure it was like on top so it was in my hand to start. And then I used it when he had all of his god cards out, and I was like, oh man, he's gonna be so screwed. He's got nothing after the god cards. They're all sacrificed, and so they'll all be in the graveyard. He won't be able to get them back out. I'll be able to win. And then he just was like, oh yeah, you can't use Black Hole on the god cards. And I was like, what? Why? How? What? It says that you do, and we had like a whole argument about it, and eventually he was like, no, yeah, the god cards are immune to Black Hole because they're god cards. And then he won. And I was like, this is bullcrap. can't attack this monster because my other monster is guarding it. Ah. Once I actually learned the rules and we started playing again, I crushed him easy. Be surprised that jewel common cards are pretty cheap, like a few cents to $5. True, true. I thought you were talking about like trying to draw for them, like in packs and stuff. I was thinking about like getting enough packs to be able to do that. That would be expensive. If you're like just buying the individual cards off like eBay or something, then yeah, you probably could do it at least somewhat cheaply. I do also remember, going back to the Yu-Gi-Oh thing, before he got the God cards, he used to do this build-up where I had the starter Kaiba deck and he had the starter Yugi deck. And he always played with the Dark Magician, and I would always get the Blue Eyes out. And theoretically, you would think that the Blue Eyes would end up winning, but he would always set it up so that he would use Graceful Dice and Skull Dice to lower my monster's attack by 500, or like by 600, and he would increase his by 600, and then would win. Using the... He would be using the anime rules of it always does like the max amount, and rather than like a dice roll, and yeah, it was blatant cheating. But I just remember like bashing my head against that wall, somehow thinking that I could eventually come up with some sort of logical, chain of events that would overcome someone blatantly not following the rules. Oh, good. Leftover dominoes. All right, sounds good, Pokefan. Enjoy. He also used to insist that if you had a Japanese card, then it had the effects of the cards from the anime, which is why the God cards were immune from. Oh, shoot. Which was why God cards were immune from Black Hole, was because they were the Japanese version. And then he also used to use like Grave Robber to like pick a card. I think it was from. He would always try to pick up. After he had like defeated my Blue Eyes, he would always try to pick my Blue Eyes from the graveyard with Grave Robber, even though it's supposed to only bring like one spell card from your graveyard back to your hand or something like that. But using the anime rules, it does anything you want it to. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man. Brother would fuse 3 Blue Eyes into Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon without Poly or the actual Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon card. I tried doing that once, because I didn't realize that those things were a thing. And that was the one time he was like actually following the rules. And he was like, no, you can't do that. You have to have polymerization or actually I had polymerization. I didn't have the Blue Eyes Ultimate card. And he was rightfully saying, yeah, you need to have the card to be able to actually use it. And I was always like, no, that's not true at all. It just becomes Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and it got to the point where I wrote it by hand in my little Yu-Gi-Oh rule book that came in like a blank line, and I was like, yeah, it says it right in the rule book. And at that point, I like pretty much acknowledged that I was like wrong in my head, but like only following the rules when it benefits them. Exactly. Yeah. It got like this was back when we were like 6 or 7, so like we had no idea what we were doing. By the time we were like, the much more mature, like 10 or 11-year-olds, we were actually following the actual rules of the game. But it is funny to look back and just see how, like, absolutely screwed I got. Should have made a fake one with a piece of paper. Exactly. I could have done that as well. But yeah, it's funny because like I remember like in high school just looking through my Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for the first time in a while, and I found that rule book, and I opened it up and I saw my 5th grade handwriting like saying you don't need a fusion card to have Blue Eyes Ultimate or something like that. And I just remember laughing my butt off because it was just like, oh my god, this is so obviously blatantly me being wrong and butthurt about it. But at the same time, I got screwed so many times in those duels. I was driving myself insane trying to win. Because you know how competitive I am. And just losing over and over again It doesn't deter me from trying to win. It doesn't deter me from continuing to try to do this. It just makes me frustrated after a while that I keep not being able to do it. Oh boy. Some things never change. Still think I could beat you if we did Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, you would absolutely destroy me. I have not played Yu-Gi-Oh! In about half a decade at this point, and I don't know anything about like new Yu-Gi-Oh! Types of cards and like the optimal strategies around them and stuff like that. I like if we did like pre-GX cards only, I might be able to hold my own, but anything like after that, I really am not like familiar with. Used to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! On Master Duel. Yeah, see, that would do it. Did I not increment it? There we go. But yeah, you would definitely destroy me. No doubt about it. I have no qualms with admitting that I am not good at Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think I ever was. I at a certain point, I got to the point where I was able to beat my friends, which was a huge accomplishment for me because I used to not be able to beat them whatsoever. But I got to the point where like my decks were good enough, and I had the strategy down to be able to just like fairly consistently win against my friends. But other than that, I don't claim to be good at the game. Could only do it during GX because I almost exclusively use elemental heroes, which are GX cards. Oh. I would be okay with the elemental heroes, but yeah, I don't know much about like anything like Synchro Summon on. I'm not like familiar with. I know Synchro Summon XYZ a little bit from like the Renaissance that I had, because I did end up getting like one Synchro deck, and I didn't really use Synchro all that effectively, but it was like strong, like it was strong enough that the deck, even without Synchro Summoning, was like so far beyond better against the like original cards that I ended up not using that deck because it was no fun how quickly and easily I was winning. It was like I just had like a very basic Synchro deck that I had like modified slightly, and I like rarely ever used the Synchro summons, but it was just like built so much faster than old Yu-Gi-Oh! Could ever handle that I was like just immediately walloping. I don't understand anything past XYZ2. Fair enough. All right, maybe our knowledges are a little bit, at least the time period of our knowledges is a bit more comparable than I thought. You still would be much better than me, but maybe it wouldn't be as crazy to just try. Honestly, like, what if we just found like a random. Now one turn lasts like 5 minutes. Exactly. Yeah. I remember later on, Punning Man got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometime in like college, like late college for me or something like that, and he was like, "All right, because we were like playing one day, we just were playing with some of our old decks and stuff like that, and then he was like, all right, I want to play one game against you with my I think it was the pendulum summoning stuff, and I was like, all right, I'll play one. He's like, I want to play one game against you with the pendulum deck just to show you how overpowered it is. And I was like, all right, I came into this like, okay, I'm going to lose. I just want to see how well I can do against a deck that is so beyond overpowered compared to what I have. And like he started doing it, and he started like his like second turn, he had 5 monsters on the field that were all stronger than any of the monsters I could put out. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. This is just like unfair. Like it is beyond unfair how much better these cards are than the old cards. Generally sat in a competitive Master Duel game for 10 minutes and my opponent still hadn't finished one turn. Oof. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Definitely has a power scaling issue. And, like, I feel like it's gotten to the point where, like, the new meta, in order to get people to buy the new card, they have to make them better than the old cards. Pendulum and Link are busted, for sure. But yeah, they have to get people to buy new cards. They have to make the old cards worse than the new ones, which at a certain point means that you're just able to win a game, like if you get the right draw immediately. And, like, it's impressive technically to be able to, like, come up with, like, the logic to be able to get to that point, but it's not a fun gameplay because it relies more and more on getting the right draws and just, like, almost going first. It's just like, whoever gets the go first wins, or something like that. It just, it doesn't draw me as much anymore because it feels less like it's a, you know, a battle of titans going at each other, like trying to draw upon the heart of the cards to get the good luck to match your, you know, strategy to win. It's much more, alright, did I get a lucky draw? If I didn't, I lose. If I did, I win. I can have an OTK if I get the right hand with my main deck and I only use Fusion. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Even in old Yu-Gi-Oh, there are, like, setups that you can do to make your deck go a lot faster, but it's not nearly as prevalent. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. That's all I gotta say about that. We've been making some good progress on the number of encounters we've gotten. 230 encounters in like an hour and a half? It's not bad at all. Just casually get 2 3,000 attack and 1 3,500 attack monsters on the field turn 1. Yikes. That's rough. For the opponent, obviously not for you. But yeah, I do, like, I think it is interesting, like, the when I started, like, really figuring out, like, Yu-Gi-Oh, it amazed me, like, that, like, how different it was, like, the strategy you have to actually do well, in Yu-Gi-Oh is compared to what the anime preaches and what, like, your instinct is to start. Like, your instinct is, okay, I want to get strong Pokemon, I want to put strong Pokemon on my team, I want to draw them, and then I want to summon them, and I want to win. Whereas, like, a lot of the time, it's, you have, like, a specific win condition that you need to, like, work towards, and you need to draw the right cards to be able to set that up. It's like, it's not like a, you know, I have, like, 10 different cards in here that are all strong, and I just, you know, summon one of them the second I draw it, and then win. It's much more like, okay, I need to build towards, like, one of 3 endgame options of having a combination of, like, strong monsters and, like, medium monsters that are just able to, like, take off a ton of life points because you are able to clear out their field and have your own full. And it's, like, interesting how different the philosophy is for a successful duelist versus what you would expect. Vol's a very specific hand fair. Dirty decks are so fun too because it's just an instant win. Yeah, I like those as, like, a gimmick. I think it's a lot of fun. Obviously, like, it is a viable strategy to, like, try and build an Exodia deck, but it is like very, very, like, cheesy. I always wanted to build an Exodia deck. Never did, but I always thought it was, like, a fun idea. Did you ever watch Red vs. Blue? No. Oh, you mean the like, was it, like, the Halo guys? I heard of it, and I had seen, like, very small parts of it, but I never watched it. Oh boy. Exodia in original Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't good because it was all luck. Now Exodia decks are loaded with cards that let you constantly draw, so you just keep doing that till you get all 5 pieces. Yeah, that does kind of, like, take away some of the fun of an Exodia deck. Like, obviously, an Exodia deck, the goal is to have what you have now, in that, like, you have a deck that theoretically has a decent, like, ability to get Exodia to come out, like, to get all 5 pieces. But the easier it is to get, the less, obviously the less impressive it is, but also, like, the less, like, fun it is, because it's less like the actual anime. Like, I think a lot of the fun of the Exodia deck, and, like, the dream of getting an Exodia victory was, you know, you felt like Yugi defeating Kaiba in the anime, and you're just like, you know, what? No, that's impossible! No one's ever been able to summon him! And just having that moment of, like, you know, getting to say Exodia obliterate. But, like, when it's like, okay, 1 out of every 3 or 4 duels, you're able to summon Exodia, it's much less like this, you know, epic moment, like, peak climax in an anime, and it's much more like, okay, yay, we did it, I gotta win. Much riskier Destiny board deck. Interesting. It's a Destiny board deck. The Halo show? Gotcha. Yeah, I never really watched that much. There we go. Think I might be logging off soon. Have plans for tomorrow. It's fun talking about the new trailer tonight. Alright, Luigi Dragon, thank you so much for hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, and hope to see you again sometime soon. It's Exodia, but you have a trap card that has to stay on the field for 4 turns to win. If anything happens to destroy it, you're screwed. Ah, gotcha. That is quite the risky deck. But I do think that probably is a little bit more like a fun one to, like, actually win at. Although I don't think I would enjoy it personally, just because I feel like anytime I used that deck, I would just be, like, so anxious to about, you know, keeping it alive and stuff like that. Like, that would just be so anxiety inducing, that the payoff of getting the win and it would be, like, so tinged with relief that it would not be, like, an enjoyable thing to do over and over again. Like, doing it once, you get that, oh my god, I can't believe we did it. And then it's like, okay, no, I'm never doing that again, type of thing, rather than okay, now the next one. Pokefan, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining again. It's another instant win card like Exodia that starts as a trap card and adds 1 spirit message spell every turn. Well, all 5 pieces come together. Gotcha. Oh boy. I think we'll go for a little bit longer, than I'm gonna go to bed. I've not been getting a ton of sleep these past few nights, and it's starting to hit me. Unfortunately, I can't run on fumes for nearly as long as I used to be able to. I hate it, because, like, obviously I am a night owl, and I don't go to sleep early, and my body doesn't like me going to sleep early. But it is a rough one, because, like, I have to get up early in the morning regardless, or, like, early, like, normal time. I can't sleep in super late to match my super late going to bed time. So it just means I get less sleep. But my body's like, yeah, you're not in high school or in college anymore. You can't pull these types of hours of sleep consistently and not have, you know, detrimental effects. All the cards will have a letter on them and spell final. I've seen some of those cards. I think I saw them and I was like, ooh, this could be fun. But then I think I only got, like, F and N. I never got I, A, or L. So I never was able to actually use it because I didn't have all of the cards. Oh well. Oh boy. Cool concept, but irritating to play. Yeah, I feel like it would be stressful to play as that deck, and then even, like, playing against it, I feel like it wouldn't be, like, a fun one to battle against, because, like, there is that, like, panic of, okay, there's, like, a ticking time bomb. I need to disarm this bomb before it goes off, type of thing. And, like, after that, you get the relief, and you're like, okay, this deck is basically screwed. I've basically won now. But those 4 turns would probably be very anxiety-inducing for everyone involved. Especially with when OTK decks work just as well with less stress and faster. Yeah, exactly. Ugh. I think we'll go for another 5 encounters and call it. If you ever want to stay up all night, just traumatize yourself. It ruins your sleep pattern. Good to know, Eric. I'll keep that in mind for the sleep block. Oh, God. That's going to be exhausting. I'm going to need to start it, like, in the middle of the day to be able to, hopefully, have a chance at doing well in the end. Especially if you're going to make me do Johto sleep block and do Kanto at the end. That's going to be rough. And do another announcement short for this one too? Possibly. I forgot about that. That was a fun short. I think it got demonetized though because it had some sort of copyrighted music in it. Alright. I think that'll be the last one for the night. Get ourselves to 4350. Nice even number at the very least. Oh boy. Alrighty. So with that, I think we're going to call it an end to this stream tonight. We're going to go and pass on the love to someone else. But thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful time. If you didn't, you've not like this stream and subscribe, consider doing so you can catch every single one of these as they come out. Regardless, though, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful time. We're going to go and find someone. Let's do, Dark Moon Sylveon. I don't think we've rated them in a while. They're doing some, Mewtwo resets for Let's Go Eevee. Shorthead that started with looking like you got kidnapped. Yes. One more encounter for good luck? Fine. No such luck. Oh well. Alright. So we're gonna go pass on the love to Dark Moon Sylveon with a hashtag #ElectriCrew. Imagine it was shiny, that would be super hype. One of these days it'll happen. Thank you again for joining me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope to see you over in Dark Moon Sylveon's chat, the hashtag #ElectriCrew. But until then, have a good one.